It's too terrifying a reality to fully believe. I don't even know what would happen to you if you fully believed it.
I want to explore in this video some of the deep thoughts and then deep emotions that Jordan Peterson brought up in relation to God and whether he believes in God and the action of God within him. Because I think we have a lot to learn, things that need to be unpacked from a Christ-centric point of view in relation to what he says. So let's listen to some more of what he said.
So what you have in the figure of Christ is an actual person who actually lived, plus a myth. And in some sense, Christ is the union of those two things. The problem is I probably believe that, but I don't know. I'm amazed at my own belief, and I don't understand it. Because I've seen sometimes the objective world and the narrative world touch. That's Jungian synchronicity. And I've seen that many times in my own life.
Narrative and the objective meet. If I unpack those words out of the complexity of the psychological speak and put it into other words, perhaps into more theological, more accessible words. For me, it's the transcendent, or in particular, our awareness of the transcendent colliding with the stuff of life. The narrative meets with the objective. In all of our lives, pressures, failures, joys, pains, and Jordan Peterson has been through some terrible health issues and pressures with him and his family.
And so in some sense, I believe it's undeniable. We have a narrative sense of the world. For me, that's been the world of morality. That's the world that tells us how to act. It's real. We treat it like it's real. It's not the objective world. But the narrative and the objective world touch. And the ultimate example of that, in principle, is supposed to be Christ. But I don't know that seems to me oddly plausible.
What I'm translating as the transcendent, the sense of God meeting him in all of that, he experienced that. It brings him to tears. It's other. It goes beyond his cognitive grasp and control.
Christians don't manifest this, and I'm including myself, I suppose, in that description, transformation of attitude that enables the outside observer to easily conclude that they believe.
He's saying that Christians often want to ask him the question, do you believe in God? There's a danger, you see, when those of us who consider ourselves as believers ask that sort of question of people, we're overlaying it with, are they one of us or not? And potentially even, have we won? Have we won? Have we got another one to back up our sense of the world? Rather than genuinely joining in with someone else's journey in life and coming alongside them, co-journeying with them. And his experience is testifying, is revealing, showing something greater. His life is a message to us. It's greater than, I believe, than the them and us thing. Are they a believer? With one another. Something that he speaks of, that meeting of the narrative and the objective, the transcendent and the stuff of life, that truly is what the Christ event is telling us. It's revealing to us in ways that Jordan is saying he doesn't fully understand. That perhaps the words of Paul the Apostle, who knew something of this, said, God was reconciling through the Christ event, through Jesus' life, death, and ascension, the whole world, everyone. Something universal has happened, that the transcendent has come to intersect in a new way with all our lives. He's come to be with us. Not that he ever left, but in the sense of a drawing near or a change, as something we can experience or smell in the air. He comes close in our lives. And more than that, he has made us one with him, has intertwined his life with ours, despite what we do with our lives. That narrative, that story, which I would suggest actually is objective in the greater reality, the unseen dimensions of reality, has changed. We are reconciled, brought together, intertwined. We're no longer just descendants of flesh and blood, but are one with the divine. And what has to happen, or what is we're being pulled towards in our lives, we either flow with it or we resist it, is not making this union happen, but our realizing that union has happened. That is the true nature of belief, or we call it faith. It's acknowledging, or perhaps a better way to express it is a surrendering to a reality that is greater than our lived sense of separation from God in our lives. You are one with God, is what it's saying. He took the initiative. Perhaps the very core of this event, this change, is revealed, demonstrated powerfully through the resurrection. Jesus coming back from the dead, never to die again. It's so extraordinary when you think of it that it's almost impossible for us to believe, that is, to wrap our heads around it, because it's so out of our framework. People do not come back alive to never die again. That's not our lived experience. And yet that exact event is saying that has happened, and therefore a new reality is born, a new way. You have to accept that reality. It's here. It shattered the order of objective experience that we have, or we learn to live with. And so we can have our order of objective experience transformed. If the resurrection happened, it has undeniably changed reality. But will I face that reality change? Will I face it and reach it? I don't mean reach out and believe in God, but accept that the divine is here and done something. He's in the warp and woof of your life. Every event, every emotion with you. My work, your work, is to believe, that is, surrender to that reality, which, when we do, creates this deep sense of wonder. We're out of our mind. We can't explain it. That it's not able to be fully grasped cognitively, yet we overwhelmingly know it, sense it, and know a shift within us. I accept his closeness. If the resurrection has happened, it's the end even of religious divide. We are new because the divine has acted and changed what we would perceive as reality. It would lead to me saying, you saying, I don't seek him because he's come to me and overwhelmed me with his here-ness and love now. I just accept and encounter the resurrected Christ. like Paul did. But what do you think? Here's Jordan again.
I don't even know what would happen to you if you fully believed it.